Hey guys, hope you're having a great day and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about BLNK charging stock. If you find this video helpful, please subscribe. This is a new channel, so I could use your support. I'm going to be going over some bullish views, some bearish views, and then my overall thoughts on this stock. All right, so let's get into it. Bullish reason number one, the state and federal incentives for EV infrastructure and the constant push to go green from policymakers. Money is funneling from the federal level to the state level and then to the local communities. This is absolutely massive and can't be ignored, especially when evaluating a stock like BLNK. I'm bullish on BLNK because they already have an infrastructure in place, therefore more likely to receive money. They have 23,000 EV stations deployed, 180,000 registered BLNK members. Those providing money don't want it wasted, so it's important to know that BLNK already has a head start on the EV charging infrastructure, so that gives them an advantage. And as we know, they've already capitalized on that. Their share price jumped 19% when news came out that they received a grant to deploy charging stations across the Mid-Atlantic region. So bullish reason number two. Everybody pretty much knows that the EV market will explode. It's just a matter of when and how quickly. So in my opinion, between the politics, environmental regulations, and most importantly, the money eventually transferring from the baby boomer generation to the millennial generation is just going to accelerate this trend. The millennial generation, as we all know, they're more friendly to the environment and they're more aware of going green, and they're more likely to purchase EVs. And companies like BMW, Ford, Mercedes, Range Rover, they're aware of this. That's why they're pushing to get their EVs out into the market. And honestly, the more EVs in the market, the more BLNK charging is going to benefit. Okay, moving on. Let's take a look at a bearish view on BLNK. This next picture is going to compare Tesla on top to BLNK listed below. Look at the two charts. They couldn't be more opposite. In approximately the same amount of time, Tesla and BLNK have gone in completely opposite directions. So notice how I didn't label Elon Musk's picture? There's a reason for that, because I didn't have to. Everybody knows who he is. He's almost like a celebrity. This is an extreme example, but it just goes to show you how important the CEO is of a company. They need to be inspiring. They need to be a visionary. They need to inspire investors. And it's not quite fair to BLNK, but it's just going to show you how BLNK is nowhere near in the same ring as Tesla. And it needs to be addressed because although they're not the same company, they are in the same space. All right, guys, so moving on to bearish reason number two. BLNK charging has a history of share dilution. I don't have a problem necessarily with diluting your shares. If you have to raise cash to survive, that's fine. However, you need to note that taking too much money from too many investors means you end up listening to too many people. That's going to dilute the focus and possibility of not making everybody happy, including the customer. And that's the most important thing. All right, so moving on. In this next picture, you're going to see that BLNK charging has 4 business models. I'm not going to go over them. I just want to make the point that when you have so many business models, your limited resources are going to be spread too thin. That's going to include your precious marketing dollars. It also puts a stress on customer service. And with a small company like this, your solutions need to be simplified. So that brings us to my final thoughts. The one negative I have is that Tesla could offer their charging stations to every vehicle, thus directly competing with BLNK charging. That could be a big negative. Tesla has pricing power and brand dominance. What they could do is they could lower their cost for the EV charging stations until it basically puts everybody else out of business, including BLNK. And then they can slowly increase their costs again, kind of like what Walmart does to like a mom and pop shop. Next, I want to mention that the EV charging space reminds me a little bit like the pot craze. And the reason I'm mentioning this is that a company like BLNK that has such a small market cap, one false move and that could really just destroy the company. Personally speaking, I had CanTrust in the pot sector, and they had a bad move about a year ago, and their share price dropped by like 80%. So that is a concern. But that being said, I love the fact that Blink Charging has a small market cap. To me, that just makes it seem like there's room to run. I also love the EV charging space. I think Blink has a huge runway. There's many more states they can move into. So I think there's a huge runway for them. And also the trends. You can't ignore the grants, the tax incentives, the environmental policy changes. So all those things are just positives for Blink Charging. So in my opinion, I love this company. I really do love this company. It's just about the share price and when I'm going to be picking up shares. The EV stocks have really run up in the last few weeks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep an eye on the charts and pick a level as my starting position and then work my way down if the share price drops and just lower my cost basis slowly. So this is a spec play for me. So I'm going to put a very small portion of my money as a starting position and then maybe half more as it drops, if it drops, and that'll be my play. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, I'm a new channel, so if you guys could subscribe if you found this video helpful, that'd be greatly appreciated. Please feel free to leave a comment in the section below. Let me know what you guys think of this stock. And if you already own shares or if you plan on buying shares. That being said, thanks a lot, guys, for listening, and hope you guys have a great day. Take care. Bye.